Hey guys, back in the shop today, starting on the wiring harness. Got a little ahead of myself without doing the video, but show you what I got going and then give you a little follow-up. So as I mentioned yesterday with that template, that's the hole that gets cut out for your new harness to go into. Pulled out the old harness last night, but the media equipment wasn't charged, so couldn't do a proper video on it. That is the old Scout dash harness. It gives us emotional damage. Lots of green wiring. And this is the new American auto wire harness. Very nice product. So follow along with me. You get her tossed in here. Also took the whole dash out to get repainted, and that's where the hole will be from the inside of the firewall. And I found when you're installing it, I just tape this top up because it's going to have to bend like this, and then it sits right up against on the I guess you want to call it the wiper cowl underside up in there. So, and the kit comes with these two long screws that slip through the hole like so. And I just got 5/16 1/4-inch drive and about a 12-inch extension. Well, probably a little longer than that, 1.5 extension. You're going to want to fold it like this. And try and get that top screw lined up. Which it doesn't seem to want to line up. Might be handy with two people on the other side just so you can see where your front harness is going through. Or the front of the bulkhead connector, I should say. It's being a tad tricky. Doesn't seem to want to go in there. I have to resort to some more die grinding. I thought I had it in. Hey, Dale, are you out there? Can you just look on the other side of the firewall here to see what's interfering with this going in, or if I got to die grind the hole out some more?
You're gonna have to trim off this inside a little bit more. It's catchy.
Like it won't go in there at all.
Try it right there.
Those two little curved corners got to go through.
Oh yeah, you're way out to lunch then. Yeah, I'll hold it if you want to take it.
Okay.
I got it.
You won't be able to hold that, I don't think.
No, it's too heavy. I'll swap it. I'll hold it. You'll see if you're going to have to Dremel a bit more.
Okay.
Now
So that's why we, it's always good when you're doing this kind of stuff, maybe have a buddy over and work on it before beers. So you can see it trying to come through here. So you can see these little rounded corners. It's gotta fit a little bit better. Hey guys, just in the shop here, keeping busy working on the Scout. I'm taking a little break from the wiring because we're waiting for some wiring loom, but I'll show you what Dale's up to. So we got this side. We also got the last time you're ever going to see it on anything, the slotted drum is off, and this is the current situation of the front brakes on this side. Nice and lovely grooved action going on. You can actually see how well it's grooved on both sides. Again, wrong studs put in and had to be ground down to fit. Not a good plan. Yeah, these ones are all ground down, but that's what we got going on here. Come around to this side. What do we got going on here, Dale?
Well, pull out the axles. We're going to place the U-joints on there. Replace the ball joints in here after we clean up everything out of here. Pulled off the whole spindle, the locking mechanism for the 4x4, the backing plate. We're going to clean this all up and then start installing the new drums, cylinders, brake pads, everything's going to be brand new on this side here.
We cleaned it up, and it does look like it has adjuster sleeves inside threaded.
On the top,
So we'll change those out.
not so much the bottom.
Bottom mount's solid.
We can knock this out some.
Get you some adjustment for an alignment there if needed. But yeah, that's what we got all torn apart. Got the upgraded tie bar and drag link in. The condition that U-joint in.
It's not exactly bad, but it's pretty stiff. It's kind of seen better days. Doesn't look like it's been greased in a long time, or it doesn't even have a grease nipple on it. So
She's OEM.
OEM
1972.
So she's had a rough life.
But yeah, that's what we got. And then we also obviously still got exhaust manifolds to put in there. You have them. Got to delete the emission line from them, but because who needs emissions? Found a little issue also when installing the radiator. It's to be slightly massaged in this corner for clearance if you are using a Champion radiator. Just a heads up if any of you guys are or using a different brand, but that's what we ran into. But maybe that's because the Scout was ran into something. What?
Fabbed up some new sheet metal to bolt the body on both sides. Plugged up all the holes for the air conditioner delete, so there's no holes coming in to the Scout. Put a nice grommet over that e-brake cable. Plugged up the hole he had there for his cutoff switch. She's all sealed up now. Now I'm just moving on to reinstalling brake booster, and I got the new master cylinder to go on, and I'll tear this down the way I've already have this one torn down, and then it's literally on to final assembly.
Good Hey guys, little progress update on the wiring harness install. So like I had before, it's mounted to the firewall and basically just follow the instructions in the book. This is the most simplest wiring harness I've installed ever. And you don't have to deal with other people's mistakes. And just we'll secure it up here. I'm not going to get it all mounted in because we do have to paint the floor and stuff again, so just wanted to get a good head start on it. But basically just waiting for the dash to go back in now, and the install is basically complete. Come on to this side, and that's what you have. You have your rear lighting harness, your front lighting harness, and your engine harness. All clips in together, super nice. Tightens with the centralized 3/8 bolt. So once I have it all 100% ran where I want it, I'll take this apart, and American Autowire suggests filling the back side of this with silicone and in between with dielectric grease, just for better connection. No moisture or corrosion gets in there. The reason for the silicone on the back, and hopefully a long trouble-free driving without any electrical issues anyways. But yeah, it's just got your basic, and there's 5 wires here. Positive, your ignition, your starter, and then oil and water. And along with the American, you can see there, it's pretty easy. Everything's clearly labeled on the wiring. So just run it down and away you go. Stay tuned and we'll get the rest of it wired up.
We are moved on to the brakes of the Scout and just kind of checking this out. I personally have not done too many of these drums, but let's keep looking at stuff and it just doesn't seem right. Stuff is moving and loose and everywhere, and well, I'll let you know how this goes for me, because it's probably like the second set of drum brakes I've ever touched. Well, we got her all disassembled. We just took a break from it because you got to take the axles out because the bearings are no good, as you can hear that. So we're gonna wait and do that. Decided to move on to putting in the fancy new rad. Got one bolt in, right about there. But you can see these little rubber grommets right there. Make it a tad bit difficult. So now we have to thread chase that side, right?
Yes, thread chase this side. Because the salt Allen got out of control. Give it back. Well,
Oh, look at that. It's working.
it's going in. Amazing what happens when you clean a 50-year-old dirty threads out. Now.
And if those rubber grommets put her in a round hole.
Yeah.
Design flaw. These are little rubber grommets. They are round. The hole in the rad is oval. It's making the bolt really tight to go in.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You gotta keep it PG YouTube.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I don't know how to edit beeps in, so you're just gonna have to beep your own stuff.
After you swear, say beep.
Yeah.